What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Huddersfield Town at home. So in the end, if you're wondering, Brett, did you manage to get to the game? Well, if you saw my Instagram story, I did not make it to the game, unfortunately. I did not have a ticket to go. I'm absolutely gutted to not to go, but even though I still managed to get it live on the laptop and I still watched it on the live stream. But anyway, guys, let's get straight into today's video. So United made 4 changes from the last game when we played against Tottenham. Let's talk about the starting 11. I'm going to leave the OneFootball app in a link in the description so you guys can go and follow your teams across the world, your favourite teams across the world. And so we started with De Gea, Valencia, Smalling, Rojo, Shaw, McTominay, Matic, Mata, Lingard, Sanchez, Lukaku. So the changes that were made was that Phil Jones got dropped after being criticised after that own goal that happened at Tottenham. So to replace him was Rojo, and also Ashley Young was benched as well. So he brought on Luke Shaw. I thought Ashley Young was banned after picking up another yellow card, but I thought it was, but I guess that he didn't. He also brought in McTominay, and also he played, I think it was one of the midfielders. I started with, Lingard did start, so Mata came in as well. So talking about the Pogba-McTominay situation, now was I happy with the team when it came out? Now, actually, I was looking at the team and I was thinking, why has he dropped Pogba? Why has he done that? Why has he made that decision? Now, he actually made that decision because he actually had a falling out with Pogba at the end of the Tottenham game. I think it was when he got subbed off. He didn't like the fact how he got subbed off. It was the very first time he's ever been benched. I don't like the decision that he made. I think he should have just played Pogba instead, but he said that he wanted to give McTominay a chance in the team as he's been in the club since the age of 9, and to be where he is now. He said he wanted to give him a chance in the first team. He gave him a chance in that first team. I felt like McTominay did really well in that game. Talking about my overall reaction, first half, I think it was just one of those halves where, we created so many chances at goal. We created as many as possible. We just didn't get close enough. Just one of those games where we're all around Huddersfield, all around the opponent. We were, the better side. We were more in control. We created a load of chances at goal. Huddersfield were nowhere to be seen. Obviously, we thought that Huddersfield will be up for this game because they lost to Liverpool, so they probably wanted a bounce back as well. But we really need that bounce back after getting beat to Tottenham. It's a bit controversial for that to happen as, nothing happened in that game, and I said it in the last video as well. So we needed to obviously start this game quickly. We got the game going really well. We started very quick. We were playing attacking football from start to finish. I love the fact how we played. I think that first half was just one of those halves where we created so many chances at goal, created so many chances as possible. We just couldn't get close enough, but we had to be patient for the goals to come. We managed to win 2-0, so which I'm happy about. Obviously, we got the win. That's more important, really. Getting the 3 points and obviously narrowing and tightening that gap again. Now it's gone to 13 points after City dropping points against Burnley. It's just what we want as well. So then second half, I felt like, for some reason, I think the second half was a lot more. I wouldn't say a lot more better, but probably just a little bit better. Because we were itching for goals. We were looking for those goals. Those goals happened in the second half. We had to be patient. It was just one of those games where we had to be patient for the goals to happen. The goals came our way. It was just one of those games, and yeah, let's just get straight into the video. So, like I was saying, we needed to bounce back after the game against Tottenham. This is I thought that, yeah, like I was saying, I thought this is the game that Huddersfield were obviously going to test us, because obviously what happened when we played at the John Smiths, we lost 2-1, but actually we managed to get them back 2-0. But I felt like we should have punished them more, and I felt like we should have, ripped them to shreds. And at least, and the commentators were saying at least we didn't make matters worse for them, and at least we didn't smash them, in other words. But we did, though, in general of the game. But we should have probably put a couple of more goals away. I think also in the game that the decision of the refs decisions weren't that great. Not giving that penalty on McTominay, he got really knocked out. That could have been actually concussion if, like how Lukaku got subbed off. I think that was more serious than what Lukaku had. He really had a knock to the head, so that should have been a clear penalty. I think the referees just had a shocking of a game. Wasn't paying attention. He was paying attention. He was like 5 yards away from it, and he still didn't even give the penalty. Poor refereeing, absolutely poor refereeing. And we were just United were playing attacking football from start to finish. We had players getting up the pitch. We were picking out the right pass. Like I was saying, should United have had that penalty on McTominay? It was a clear penalty all day long, and it wasn't given. What was the poorest referee decision I have ever seen on a football pitch like that? Not giving a penalty when someone's gone in the air and hit his head really hard on the ground, and considering that the player got a yellow card as well, it was awful to see that. It should have been a clear penalty all day long, and the referee decided to give the ball back to us. That was poor refereeing, absolutely poor refereeing. First half, we created chances. We're getting close at goal, but not enough. Teams like Huddersfield, we should have been putting teams to bed early, because I was just looking at this game thinking, why are we not 1-0 up yet? Because basically I was just looking at all the other teams. We were still like 0-0 up, and the other teams who were scoring, we couldn't put Huddersfield to bed early on in the game. So I wouldn't say it was a joke. We just couldn't put them to bed early. But like I was saying, teams like Huddersfield, we should be putting to bed early on in the game to get the game done and dusted, and to make sure that we've got the 3 points, and also make sure that we've got a couple of goals to make sure we've got that goal difference as well. In the first half, Huddersfield definitely frustrated us. United, we had to be patient for the goals. We had most of the possession. We were more in control. We kept fighting hard from start to finish. Second half, nothing much needed to change. We just needed more from the front three, from the likes of Sanchez, Mata and Lingard. We kept working hard. We never gave up throughout that whole game in the second half. I felt like we were sort of a little bit more switched on in that second half, considering that we were 0-0 going into half time. So I felt like we got a little bit of a jump start. We got on it straight away, we were more. Like I was saying, we were more on it in the second half. We were itching for a goal. We had to be patient. First goal, Matic saw Mata out wide. Mata crossed it into Lukaku. Lukaku finished it for 1-0. So I was like, great, we got the first goal. We were more, comfortable. I felt like we were comfortable. We sort of needed another goal to add it on, and just to make sure that we had the game in our hands, really, and make sure that Huddersfield are not going to come back into this game. Again, we had the most of the possession. We were mostly in control of that game. United then did a sub. We brought on Pogba for Lingard. United progressing into that game, it was a very good game. Sanchez was a brilliant player for us in that game, once again just picking out the right passes, crossings was just brilliant. The player is just absolutely exceptional for us. It's a player that we've needed for ages, and we've got him in the team. So so after that, we couldn't win though. We appealed to the referee on the McTominay thing. He said that wasn't a good enough as a penalty to give. It then gives us a penalty. Sanchez took the penalty. It was saved by Lossell, and Sanchez scored on the rebound. It was good to see him score his first goal as a Manchester United player. Obviously, it'll be more great if he could get that goal, back in the back of the net straight away and didn't need to do that rebound. Unluckily, it came back to him and he could put it away. So it still counted as his goal. It's just a bit unlucky that he saved it, but he still put the goal in the back of the net. We were more comfortable once we scored our second goal, because obviously, that's the time where I can sort of relax, calm it down, make sure that Huddersfield are not going to come back into the game. Huddersfield, they did have a few chances at goal, but not as many, because David De Gea wasn't busy at all. Huddersfield didn't really test De Gea much at all. I knew that they were going to sort of get a bit of the possession, do most of the hard work, but couldn't put most of that hard work in to build up of a goal. But that couldn't happen for Huddersfield. At least, like the commentators were saying, at least they didn't get battered, and at least the scoreline wasn't much worse. But we still, we still outplayed Huddersfield. And again, we just created so many chances, we just couldn't get close enough. I felt like we absolutely killed that game out there tonight. We then brought on Rashford for Mata and Lukaku for Martial. So obviously Mourinho did a few tactical changes where he put Sanchez as a centre forward, playing more of a, attacking more football of him, because as he is a CAM, because obviously he's an attacking player, attacking midfielder should we say, but also a central attacking midfielder player, but he still had to play in a different role as a centre forward. But it still counts that obviously, because Sanchez is classified as a CAM, which is a central attacking midfielder, but he still had to sort of up the game a little bit, but he was getting a little bit tired in that game. At that point, United were hanging in there. We were just waiting for the referee's whistle. We got the 3 points, we got the clean sheet, and it's good to see how City got a draw to Burnley. It's good for that to happen. Obviously, we need more now from that. We need more of it from the opponent who City's going to be playing. Obviously, City are now under pressure. Is this a time where City are going to be starting to make mistakes? Raheem Sterling missing a goal sitter. Is that the miss of the season for Raheem Sterling to go down in the books in the Premier League? That was just awful. I could have done better with my eyes closed. And we've got Newcastle next. Up until this point, when you watch this video, Newcastle would have already just played their game, and you will find out of what the result would be, because obviously I am filming this a day before. So when you see this video, Newcastle would have just played their game against Crystal Palace. So Newcastle, the 16th in the table. It's depending of what they do the game against Crystal Palace. If they do lose, obviously the players are not going to have any confidence. United just need to go again, get the 3 points at Newcastle over the weekend next week. We just need to keep pushing, keep at it, keep going, and we just got to keep progressing on, and we need to start getting on these games more. We need to start winning more games from now on. Keep going to the end, and let's get more wins out of it, and let's hope City are going to start feeling that pressure, and hopefully Manchester United are champions, and hopefully we are, champions once again in the table. But you never know, it's football. We're not even near to the season, and we're not even in the last month of the season yet, but we'll have to see. Hopefully they're starting to feel the pressure, and that's all from me, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed me making my videos in the UK. By the time you see me making my next video, we'll be back in Dubai. Hope you guys have enjoyed these videos while I've been here. Please leave a like, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit with a video next week, and peace.